Young Mothers is another slice of social realism by the legend of Belgian cinema, the Dardenne Brothers. In the film, they are very focused on the lives of four teenage pregnant girls as they live together in this social service provision for young mothers. Many critics have regarded this a return to form for the kings of social realism, as it picked up the best screenwriting at the Cannes Film Festival and has been selected as Belgium's official submission for the Best International Feature Film Oscar. In this video, I'm going to provide an overview of the film and look at whether it is in fact a return to form for the brothers. I will also look at how well it will do in the Oscar race for Belgium. So let's roll and review that film. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Paul and I review the best of world cinema, and I follow the race for Best International Feature Film, from countries selecting their submission to the final winner. In Young Mothers, the Dardenne brothers keep to their trademark of social realism that really tries to highlight poverty and inequality. You may have seen their previous films such as Rosetta, The Child and 2 Days and One Night, which got an Oscar nomination for the French actress Marion Cotillard. The film keeps to the Dardenne brothers' trademark social realism by utilising that raw, realist form of cinematography. However, it also brings in new concepts, such as the use of an ensemble cast. Most of the Dardenne films often explore through one or two characters social injustices, poverty, and whatnot. However, in Young Mothers, we see different perspectives from four teenage girls. All four of them are pregnant, but their circumstances are very different. So you have one young woman who is searching for her birth mother who gave her up herself, another who is desperate to form a stronger relationship with her boyfriend, which convinces her to have a baby, a third who has substance misuse issues and is trying to get over that addiction with her boyfriend who also has the same issues. And then finally, a girl who is trying to prevent her alcoholic mother from taking the child away. This enables the Dardenne brothers to explore the various concepts of teen pregnancies and societal challenges that young mothers experience. What really works in this film is the fact they purposely are not polarizing or giving across one particular opinion. The multiple experiences enables them to show the complexity and nuance of issues surrounding teenage mothers. There are discussions of the consequences of having an abortion or not having an abortion. There are discussions around how beneficial it would be for the child if the young mother gave the child up for adoption. But then they also explore the impact as they grow older of being fostered and losing their birth mum. And of course, they also explore poverty and addiction issues, which can often go hand in hand with some of the more challenging circumstances teenage mothers can experience. By maintaining its commitment to the Dardenne social realist form of cinematography, it really does highlight those different social issues and the complexity of supporting these young women into being the best possible mothers or choosing the best pathway for their children. The film has really benefited by really superb performances from, I imagine, very inexperienced actors. They all deliver really powerful, realist performances, which is complemented by this handheld camera style cinematography that the Dardenne brothers often use in their films. And I'm going to be honest here, I'm a big Dardenne brothers fanboy. I've seen every single feature film they've ever produced. And I have to be honest and say, Young Mothers is probably a mid-tier Dardenne brother film. And for me, this just does not hit the mark as strongly as some of their classics. And here is why. For me, the key flaw of the film is the way they portray these four different stories. The concept of using an ensemble cast and telling different perspectives is really great. However, the way they go about it doesn't quite work. It's almost like a merry-go-round of different stories. That yes, they are all staying in this one building, but they don't feel connected. There's no connection between the different girls. It feels like here's 8 minutes on one story, here's 12 minutes on the next. And some integration between the stories would have enabled them to bring out the characters more. And in their previous films, they've been able to do that because they're so focused on one or two characters. So they have time in this very austere way of making films and building characters. You don't get that characterization quickly. So to have a short bit on this one girl and then the next girl you move on to them, you lose that building of character, which the film really suffers with. And so integrating the stories a bit more would have enabled them to appear more and have that character development. And I'm probably being quite harsh because I'm such a Dardenne fan, and this is just did not work as effectively as the high bar they set themselves. And it's really harsh to actually do that comparison compared to their other work. But I think when you've had such beautiful films such as A Kid on the Bike or 2 Days and One Night, and then this didn't quite pull the same punches. And I know their style is very out of fashion in world cinema and art house cinema circles, but I think this one slightly missed the point a little bit. However, I do think it's really watchable. There's great acting, it covers the social issues aspect really, really well. And therefore, I'm going to give Young Mothers 3.5 stars. Young Mothers has been selected as Belgium's official submission for the 98th Academy Award for Best International Feature Film Oscar. Belgium have put forward the Dardenne Brothers films on many occasions. However, they've yet to get a nomination or shortlisting or winning the award for the directing couple. In fact, a film directed by the brothers that was last put forward for Belgium was 2014's 2 Days and One Night, which failed to make the shortlist. Belgium have never won the Oscar, however they have a decent consistency in the award category with 8 nominations and 2 shortlistings, which makes them the 18th most successful country of all time at the Oscars. And in the last decade they are the 15th most successful country, with 1 nomination for Lucas Dant's Close, and 2 shortlistings for Playground and A Brand New Testament. So, do I think Young Mothers will make the shortlist? I'm going to say no for now, and this is in part due to the fact their history at the Oscars is extremely poor. Classics such as 2 Days and One Night, which got a Best Actress nomination, couldn't get on the shortlist. So there is something about the social realist style of the Dardenne brothers that put Oscar voters off. And I imagine now this has become a less and less popular type of filmmaking. I don't see Belgium being put forward onto the shortlist, but I really hope I'm wrong because they are classics of cinema and they deserve to have some Oscar success at some point. I have seen 3 of the Oscar submissions so far, and I would rank Belgium at number 3. It's not because it's a bad film, it's just because I've seen 3 strong films, and because this is not the Dardenne's best. I feel it's slightly holding up the rear at the moment. So have you seen Young Mothers? If you have, put in the comments below what you thought, and do you think it could do well at the Oscars? If you like this video, please do tap that like button and subscribe to Global Film Pool for more updates and reviews for the race for Best International Feature Film Oscar. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again.